Hello, everybody. How are you today? Wish you are doing great and enjoying your time. We have an interesting lesson today. We're going to learn more. We have to learn more about the clock and time. How do you tell time? How do you read the clock? Do you have a wall clock? Do you have an alarm clock in your bedroom? Of course. Let's go and learn today how to tell time, how to read the clock. Discover grade 2. Let's go for theme 1, lesson 6 in chapter 1, reading a clock. Welcome back. Let's focus, listen, and learn. Telling the time. Look at this picture. I can see the alarm clock. I will learn how to read time, how to tell the time. We have two types of the clock. We have two types of the clock. We can see the analog clock and we can see the digital clock. They have different shapes. Look and notice. In the analog clock on the left, I can see the numbers written like this. Like the clockwise, it goes from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 till we stop on the number 12. This is the analog clock. This is the analog clock. Let's circle the analog clock. You can see the analog clock on the wall or in the alarm clock. This is the analog clock. On the other side, I can see the digital clock with the standard form of numbers like 4 o'clock. This is the digital clock. This is the digital clock. We can see the hands like the analog clock. We can see the arrows or the hands of minutes and hours. We only see the digital number that gives you the time. When I look at the digital clock, I can find the time at 4. It's 4 o'clock. So the analog clock has the numbers written in clockwise, organized, and in order, starting from number 1 and ends at 12. But for the digital, we can find the clockwise numbers or the arrows. We can only read the numbers given in hours and in minutes. It starts at the left. On the left, we can see the hours itself, and on the right, I can read the minutes. Here it's sharp 4. It's sharp 4. No minutes here. So we have two types of clocks. We learned that the analog clock has arrows and numbers, but for the digital clock, no arrows, no numbers, only the hours and the minutes in digital form or standard form of numbers. Moving on. Here is the analog clock. Do you have an analog clock at your home? Do you have alarm clock? Do you have a wall clock? So that's the analog clock. Now you can learn how to read the time, how to tell time when you look at the analog clock. Look at this clock here. I can find that there are two arrows, the small one in blue and the long one in red, or the big hand in red. So in the analog clock, I have two hands, which are the two arrows in the clock. The small hand in blue is for the hour hand, and the big hand in red is for the minutes hand. Very good. And the numbers are written in clockwise, or they are written in order from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and it ends in 12. This is the dial number of the clock. You read the numbers in dial, like you are dialing your phone. This clockwise form of the analog clock makes it easy to read it in a correct way. So we have the dial numbers of the clock. We have the two hands of the clock. This is for the analog clock. So we can divide the analog clock into two parts. Can you see the pink part and the blue part? Yes. When I start reading the clock from number 12, it goes to number 6. They are for past hour, past hour. But for the blue part on the left, they are to complete the rest of the hours, to complete the rest minutes to get the clock sharp. Let's start with the pink part, and we recognize and we count the minutes starting from number 12. When we count from 12 to 1, it forms only 5 minutes. It forms only 5 minutes. And when it moves to number 2, it gives another 5 minutes. So make sure that we have the big hand on the minutes. You can see now the little hand or the short hand, which is for hour hand. It refers to number 1. So it's 1 o'clock. And for the big hand, the green one, the long hand or the big hand for minutes hand. Let's count the minutes on the pink part. Like we said, we give only 5 minutes from number to the other. We have 5 minutes from 12 to number 1, and from 1 to 2 only 5 minutes, and from 2 to 3 it gives another 3 minutes. So I have 1, 2, 3 with 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Let's see, how do we call the 15 minutes? Here is the clock. We can see that the arrow moves from 12 to 1, from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5, from 5 to 6. And between two numbers, we can count 5 minutes. Each two numbers give the 5 minutes. So we call this pink part past hour, past hour. Let's see how. When we count the minutes, it gives now 5, and plus 5 gives 10. 10 plus 5 gives 15. So we call this part like quarter. The quarter is 15 minutes. The quarter in an hour gives 15. Let's check this. 15 minutes mean quarter. 15 minutes. 15 minutes gives quarter. Let's write that when the long hand or the minute hand stands for number 3, it gives 15 minutes. This is a quarter. Listen and say quarter, quarter. When the long hand, the minutes hand stand for number 3, it gives 15 minutes, which is quarter, quarter. And we have 4 quarters in the clock. When we add another 15 minutes, which goes after 15, it becomes 20 minutes. 20 minutes becomes 15, and 15 moves to be 30 till we reach number 6. When we reach number 6, we form another quarter. We form another quarter from 3 to 6. So here is 15 minutes also plus the first 15, it gives 13 minutes. So when it stands for the number 6, they are 30 minutes. 30 minutes means half past. 30 minutes means half past. This is the half of the quarter. This is the half of the quarter. And the half equal 30 minutes. The half equal 30 minutes. Perfect. And here the clock stands for the short hand or the small hand with number 12. When it moves, or maybe number 7, sorry, if the short hand stands for number 7 and the long hand stands for number 6. So now we read it from the big hand or the hour hand. We start reading the time from the big hour hand. It's 7:30. It's 7:30, or it's 7:30. When we see the half past completed, we read it 7:30. It's 7:30. It's 7:30. It's 7:30. If it's 7:30. Very good. Now, let's check the other part, or the second half on the left in blue. We call it 2. We call it 2 because we count till we complete the sharp clock. We are going to complete the 60 minutes of an hour to get sharp hour. So we start from number 6 to number 12. So here is from 6 to 7 to 5 to 10. Okay, so after we add 5 minutes after 6, it becomes 35. We stopped at the half past with 30. Now adding more 5 minutes, it becomes 35. 35 adding 5 minutes, this is 40. 45. This is the first quarter 2. This is the first quarter 2. So it will be 2:45. It will be 6 to 45. 6 to 45. And when we go from number 10 to number 12, it gives another quarter. It gives another quarter like this. The last quarter from 9 to 12. From 9 to 12. To 45, to 50, and to 55. We're going to read together some examples. Now, let's go and read the time. What time is it? What time is it? Look at the alarm clock here. I can find the small hand, or the hour hand stands for number 8. And the big minute hand stands for number 4. So it's 8:20 or 8:20. Look at the clock here and tell me what time is it. Here is the short hand for the hour hand. It's 1 o'clock. And the long minute hand stands for number 12. It's sharp, no minutes extra. No minutes. It's sharp 1 o'clock. It's sharp 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Here, look at the hand hour. It's 10. It's 10:15. It's 10:15. So look at the quarter here, 15 minutes. The long minute hand stands for number 3. So it's 10:15. It's 10:15. If we move the hours hand to number 9, it will be 9:15. 9:15. What time is it? We can read starting from the minutes now because it's past. Let's count the minutes. It's past 20. It's 20 past 7. It's 20. That's 20 minutes. It stands for number 4. It's 20 past 7. It's 20 past 7. If I spin the hour hand to number 10, it will be 20 past 10. 20 past 10. It's 20 past 10. So we read the minutes past before we tell the clock or before we tell the hour. It's 20 past 7. Now we spin to number 10. How do you read the clock now? What time is it? It's 20 past 10. 20 past 10. Very good. Let's erase this one. If I spin the arrow hand to another number on the clock, okay. If I move the little hand to number 2, this is the small hand. So now it's 20 past 2. It's 20 past 2. It's 20 past 2. You can spin your clock. You can move from a number to the other and read it by yourself. Spin the arrow and read by yourself. Moving on. Now it's 30 minutes half past. What time is it now? You can read. Let's go. I can see here the little hand or the hour hand stands and refers for number 9. And the minutes arrow, the big hand, refers to number 6. That means that it's half past 9. It's half past 9. It's half past 9. Very good. Now, let's move to this one. Here is the small hand or the hour hand stands for number 1. And the big minutes hand stands for number 9. That means we should complete the minutes to be 1 o'clock. Here is on the left side, we have the second part of the clock, which is 2, quarter 2, quarter 2. Now, what time is it? It's quarter to 1. It's a quarter to 1. We can wait for 15 minutes to become 1 o'clock. It's quarter to 1. Now, what time is it? Can you tell me what time is it? What's the time? It's 25 to 5. It's 25 to 5. So we can wait for 25 minutes till it becomes 5 o'clock. It's 25, 5. It's 25, 5. Very good. Now it's your turn. Get ready. What time is it? What's the time in this analog clock? Very good. It's 7:30. It's 7:30. Wonderful. Now, what time is it? Very good. It's 10:11. It's 10:11. Very good. 10 minutes extra with 11. It's 10:11. Now, it's quarter to. Excellent. It's quarter to 8. Perfect. It's quarter to 8. It's quarter to 8. So when we read the second part, quarter to, we start with the minutes hand, reading the clock, quarter to, quarter to. But on the right side or the first part in pink, we read it half past or 5 past, 10 past, 10 past, and so on. It's quarter to 8. Oh, I love this. Very easy, easy peasy. What time is it here? It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Very good. Yeah. Here is the minutes hand. It stands for 11. That means that it's 55 to 5, or it's 5 to 5. It's 5 to 5. We can wait for only 5 minutes. It becomes 5 o'clock. It's 5 to 5. Now, what time is it in this clock? Can you tell me the time? What time is it? It's 15 to 5. I'm sorry, it's 5:15. Now, on the right side, on the pink part, we read it quarter past, quarter past, quarter past. They are 15 minutes. It's only 1/4. It's 5:15. It's 5:15. Now, what time is it? What's the time, this clock? It's 20 past 9. It's 20 past 9. Now it's 25 to 3. It's 25 minutes to 3. So it becomes 3 o'clock after 25 minutes. It's 25 to 3. Thank you. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your great answers. Take care to revise this video for telling time and learn more about the types of a clock. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye. See you.